The door opened. Ada heard it. But she was too far gone to stop. Too lost in pleasure. Too consumed by him. Minwoo was inside her. Moving. Making her feel things she'd never felt before. His hands gripped her hips. His mouth on her neck. The guest bedroom. The bed they weren't supposed to be in. Ada's eyes were closed. Her body arching. She was so close. Close to. What the fuck is this? Ara's voice. Like ice water. Like death. Ada's eyes flew open. Minwoo froze. Still inside her. Still connected. Time stopped. Zara stood in the doorway. Her face twisted in shock. In rage. In pure devastation. She'd come home early. For once. And found her husband. Naked. Inside the maid. Inside Ada. Zara! Minwoo started. He pulled out of Ada quickly. Scrambled for his clothes. Ada grabbed the sheet. Covered herself. Tears already streaming down her face. Don't, Zara said coldly. Don't you dare say my name. She looked at Ada. The hatred in her eyes was burning. Get dressed. Both of you. Living room. 5 minutes. She turned and walked away. Come. Ada's hands shook as she reached for her clothes. Oh God, she whispered. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Minwoo was already dressed. His face pale. Ada, we need to. We need to what? Ada's voice broke. What can we possibly say? I don't know. But we have to face this. Ada pulled on her dress. Her whole body trembling. This was it. The end of everything. The consequences she'd been too stupid to think about. They walked to the living room together. Like criminals to execution. Zara sat on the white couch. Perfectly composed. But her eyes were dead. Sit, she commanded. They sat on the opposite couch. Far from each other now. The distance suddenly enormous. Zara looked at them for a long moment. How long? Silence. How long? 3 months, Minwoo said quietly. Zara laughed. Terrible sound. 3 months. 3 fucking months you've been screwing the maid in my house. He turned to Ada. Ooh. How old are you? 23, Ada whispered. 23. Child. And you seduced my husband. I didn't. Don't you dare lie to me. Zara stood up. Her hands clenched into fists. I gave you a job. Home. I trusted you in my house. And this is how you repay me. Mrs. Young, I'm so sorry. Sorry. Zara's voice was deadly quiet now. You're sorry. She looked at Minwoo. And you. My husband. The man I've loved for 8 years. The man I built a life with. Her voice cracked. Just slightly. How could you? Zara, our marriage was already. Already what? Already dead because I worked too much. Because I was building my career. You were never here. I was working. Fuss. For our future. What future? Minwoo shouted back. You stopped being my wife years ago. We haven't had sex in 6 months. We barely talk. You treat me like a roommate. So you fucked the maid. Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. Zara turned back to Ada. Stand up. Ada stood slowly. Zara walked to her. Stood inches from her face. Look at me. Ada forced her eyes up. Did you love him? Or did you just want what was mine? I love him. Wrong answer. Zara slapped her. Hard. Ada's head snapped to the side. Don't you dare say you love him. Minwoo stood up. Zara, don't touch her. Oh, now you protect her. Where was this energy when you were protecting our marriage? Zara laughed bitterly. She's 23 years old. Desperate. Far from home. And you took advantage of that. You, Minwoo. This is on you. She looked between them. Get out. Both of you. Out of my sight. Zara, we need to talk. There's nothing to talk about. Ada, pack your things. Be gone in 1 hour. Minwoo, go to a hotel. My lawyer will contact you tomorrow. You're divorcing me. What did you think would happen? Zara's voice was cold now. Completely emotionless. Did you think I'd forgive this? Stay married to a man who betrayed me with the help? She walked to the door. Opened it. 1 hour. Both of you. Out. Ada had been working for the Young family for 2 weeks. 2 weeks of invisible servitude. Cleaning. Cooking. Disappearing. She rarely saw Zara. The woman was always gone. 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. most days. Sometimes she didn't come home at all. Working late, she'd text. Sleeping at the office. Minwoo ate dinner alone every single night. At first, Ada would serve him and leave. But one night he asked her to stay. Please, he said. I'm tired of eating alone. Ada hesitated. Mrs. Young might not. Mrs. Young isn't here. She's never here. The pain in his voice. The loneliness. Ada understood that feeling too well. She sat. They talked. First just small talk. How was her day? Was the work too hard? Did she need anything? But slowly, the conversations grew deeper. He told her about his marriage. How Zara used to be different. Warm. Loving. We met at Columbia, he said. She was in law school. I was doing my MBA. She was so passionate about everything. About justice. About life. About us. What changed? I don't know. Maybe nothing changed. Maybe she just grew into who she always was. And I grew into someone different. He looked at Ada. We tried to have kids. For 3 years. IVF 5 times. Never worked. She took it hard. Blamed herself. Then blamed me. Then just gave up. I'm sorry. After the last failed attempt, she threw herself into work. Like if she couldn't build a family, she'd build a career instead. And I just became a ghost in my own home. That sounds lonely. It is. He smiled sadly. But talking to you helps. You're easy to talk to, Ada. Thank you. These dinners became routine. Every night. While Zara worked, Minwoo and Ada talked. About everything. Her family in Lagos. His childhood in Seoul. Her dreams. His regrets. And slowly, without meaning to, they grew close. Too close. One night 3 weeks in, Ada was washing dishes. Her phone rang. Her mother. Ada. Ada, please. Your brother. He's been in an accident. What? Mama, what happened? A car hit him on his way to school. He needs surgery. His leg. Oh God, his leg. Ada's hand shook. How much? For the surgery. $5,000. We don't have it. We'll lose the house if we borrow. I'll get it, Mama. Promise. I'll find a way. She hung up. Collapsed against the counter. Sobbing. Minwoo found her like that. Ada. What's wrong? She told him everything. Her brother. The accident. The money she didn't have. Without hesitation, he said. I'll send it. Tonight. What? No, I can't. You can and you will. Give me the account details. Mr. Young, that's too much. It's nothing to me. And everything to your family. He transferred the money right there. $5,000. Like it was nothing. Ada broke down completely. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll pay you back, I swear. Don't. Just. Don't cry. He held her. Comforting her. Ada looked up at him. Their faces inches apart. And something shifted. Something dangerous. Minwoo. She whispered. He kissed her. Tentative. Testing. Ada knew she should pull away. Should run. Should remember who he was. Who she was. But she didn't. She kissed him back. And everything changed. The next day, Ada called her friend Chioma. Another Nigerian maid working in Seoul. They met at a cafe. Ada, what's wrong? You look stressed. Ada told her everything. The kiss. The confusion. The guilt. Chioma listened quietly. Then said, do you want him? What? Well, he's married. To a woman who doesn't appreciate him. Who's never home. Who treats him like furniture. Oh, why? That doesn't make it right. Right. Chioma leaned forward. Ada, listen to me. Maids. We clean other people's homes. We raise other people's children. We're invisible. But you have a chance to be more. I can't. You can. That woman doesn't want him. Doesn't love him. Not really. But you. I see how you talk about him. You care about him. Chioma, this is crazy. Is it? Or is it smart? Chioma grabbed Ada's hand. Seduce him. Take his wife's place. Men like that. Once they're interested. They're easy. Give him what she won't. Love. Attention. Sex. I'm not a home wrecker. The home is already wrecked. You'd just be redecorating. Ada shook her head. I can't. It's wrong. But Chioma's words stayed with her. Planted seeds. Dangerous seeds. That night, Minwoo found Ada in the kitchen again. About last night, he started. I'm sorry. That was inappropriate. Don't apologize, Ada said quietly. Unless you regret it. I don't. But Ada, this is complicated. I'm married. To a woman who doesn't see you. The words came out before Ada could stop them. Minwoo stared at her. You deserve to be happy, Ada continued, her heart pounding. You deserve someone who makes time for you. Who listens. Who cares. Ada. I care about you, Minwoo. She stepped closer. I see you. Every day. And I think you see me too. He did. God, he did. He kissed her again. Harder this time. More desperate. His hands in her hair. Her back against the counter. When they finally broke apart, both breathing hard, Minwoo said. This is wrong. I know. If we do this. If we start this. There's no going back. I know. Zara could come home. She won't. She's sleeping at the office again. Ada pulled him closer. One night. Just give me one night. She was echoing Chioma's words. Playing a role. But also meaning it. 'Cause she did want him. God help her, she did. Minwoo surrendered. One night, he agreed. 3 months of secret pleasure. The first time was in the guest bedroom. Low. Tender. Ada's first time ever. Minwoo was gentle. Patient. Made it good for her. When it was over, they lay tangled together. That was. Ada couldn't find words. Perfect. Minwoo finished. You're perfect. Should have been once. Should have been a mistake they never repeated. But it wasn't. Became routine. Zara would leave for work at 6 a.m. Minwoo would find Ada. Sometimes in the kitchen. Sometimes in the laundry room. Once, against the wall in the hallway. Quick. Desperate. Risky. When Zara worked late, they'd take their time. In the guest bedroom. Never the master. Even in their wrongdoing they had limits. Minwoo taught Ada things. Showed her pleasure she'd never imagined. One morning Zara left early for court. Ada was making breakfast. Minwoo came up behind her. His hands on her waist. Good morning, he murmured against her neck. Minwoo, I'm cooking. I'm hungry for something else. He turned her around. Lifted her onto the counter. Pushed her dress up. Ada gasped as his fingers found her. Already wet. Always wet for him now. We shouldn't, not here. Why not? He pulled her panties aside. Positioned himself. Pushed inside. Ada moaned. Her hands gripping his shoulders. He moved. Fast. Hard. The breakfast forgotten. Oh God, Ada whimpered. Right there, yes. You feel so good, Minwoo groaned. So fucking good. He knew her body now. Knew exactly how to touch her. How to make her fall apart. Ada came first. Her body shaking. Her cries echoing in the kitchen. Minwoo followed seconds later. Buried deep inside her. They stayed like that. Connected. Breathing hard. I'm addicted to you, he whispered. Good, Ada said. Because I'm addicted to you too. Another morning. Zara was already gone. Ada heard the shower running. Knew Minwoo was in there. She should stay away. Should let him shower alone. Instead, she stripped off her clothes. Walked into the bathroom. Open the shower door. Minwoo turned, surprised, then smiled. Couldn't wait. No. She stepped in. The water cascaded over them both. Minwoo kissed her under the spray. His hands everywhere. Ada's back hit the tile wall. He lifted her. She wrapped her legs around him. He pushed inside, the water making everything slippery. Intense. Yes, Ada moaned. Like that, don't stop. He didn't. He moved deeper, harder, until they both came. Trembling, gasping. Minwoo had a business trip to Busan. One night. Come with me, he said to Ada. I can't. Mrs. Young will think you went home for the weekend. I'll tell her I gave you time off. Ada hesitated, then agreed. They checked into a luxury hotel, pretending to be married, pretending this was their real life. That night they made love for hours, slowly, savoring every moment. Minwoo worshipped her body, kissed every inch of her skin, made her come 3 times before he even entered her. When he finally did, Ada cried. Not from pain, from how good it felt. How right, how perfect. I love you, she whispered in the dark. Minwoo froze. Then, I love you too. He shouldn't have said it. But he meant it. God help him, he meant it. The affair continued for 3 months. Ada fell deeper in love every day. Minwoo promised her things. I'll leave Zara, he'd say. I'll divorce her and we'll be together properly. When? Ada would ask. Soon. I just need to find the right time. Ada believed him. Wanted to believe him. Ignored the voice in her head that sounded like Chioma. Men always say they'll leave. They never do. Then Ada missed her period. 1 week. 2 weeks. 3. She took a test. Positive. He took 5 more. All positive. She was pregnant. With Minwoo's baby. She didn't know whether to be happy or terrified. She decided to tell him that afternoon. Before she lost her nerve. She went to find him in the guest bedroom. Their room now. The room where they always met. She opened the door. And heard Zara's voice. Come home at noon today. We need to talk. Minwoo was on the phone. He saw Ada. His eyes widened. I have to go, he said to Zara. Hung up. Ada, that was. I know who it was. Ada's hand shook. I need to tell you something. What is it? I'm pregnant. The words hung in the air. Minwoo's face went pale. You're what? Pregnant. With your baby. Before he could respond, they heard it. The front door opening. A step. Zara was home. Early. For once. Quick, Minwoo said. Get dressed. Act normal. But it was too late. They'd been careless. Left the bedroom door open. And Zara walked right in. Which brings us back to the beginning. To Zara catching them. To the end of everything. Ritu. Ada stood in the living room. Her bag packed. Ready to leave. But she couldn't go yet. Not without telling Zara everything. Zara sat on the couch. Her face emotionless. Cold as ice. Minwoo stood by the window. Not looking at anyone. I said 1 hour, Zara said. Time's up. Wait, Ada said. Her voice shaking. There's something else you need to know. What else could there possibly be? Ada took a deep breath. I'm pregnant. Silence. Complete. Suffocating. Silence. Then Zara laughed. Terrible broken sound. Of course you are. She looked at Minwoo. Did you know? He shook his head. She just told me. Right before you came home. How convenient. Zara stood up. Walked to Ada. How far along? I don't know exactly. Maybe 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Zara's voice was deadly quiet. Do you know what's funny, Ada? What? My husband and I tried for 3 years to have a baby. 3 fucking years. 5 rounds of IVF. Thousands of dollars. Hundreds of injections. So much hope. So much pain. Her voice cracked. And you get pregnant accidentally. After 3 months of fucking my husband. Mrs. Young, I'm sorry. Stop saying you're sorry. Zara grabbed Ada by the shoulders. Shook her. Sorry doesn't give me back 3 years. Sorry doesn't give me back my marriage. Sorry doesn't erase the fact that you're carrying the child that should have been mine. Minwoo pulled Zara away. Don't touch her. Zara whirled on him. Don't touch her. Don't touch her. She shoved him hard. You care more about the maid than your own wife. The maid who seduced you. Who stole you from me. I didn't seduce him, Ida said. But her voice was weak. 'Cause she had Toma's advice. Her plan. Taking what wasn't hers. Zara saw the guilt in her eyes. You didn't you? This wasn't some accidental affair. You planned this. No. Don't lie to me. Zara got in Ada's face. You saw a lonely man. Rich man. And you took your chance. Spread your legs and took what you wanted. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? Ada's eyes filled with tears. I love him. Wrong answer. Zara slapped her again. Harder this time. Ada's lips split. Blood trickled down her chin. Zara, stop. Minwoo grabbed his wife. Held her back. She's pregnant. I don't care. Zara struggled against him. Let me go. Let me go. But Minwoo held tight. Until Zara finally stopped fighting. Went limp in his arms. Sobbing. How could you, she whispered. How could you do this to me? I'm sorry, Minwoo said. His own voice breaking. Zara, I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix this. She pulled away from him. Walked to her purse. Pulled out her phone. What are you doing? Calling my lawyer. He dialed. Put the phone to her ear. Mr. Kim. Zara Young. I need to file for divorce. Immediately. Zara, please. She held up her hand. Silencing him. Adultery. Proof. I caught him in bed with our maid. She's pregnant. Was. Yes, I'll come to the office tomorrow morning. Prepare the papers. She hung up. Looked at them both. I'm keeping the house. You'll move out tomorrow, Minwoo. Ada's already leaving today. Where will she go? Minwoo asked. I don't care. That's your problem now, isn't it? Zara walked past them. Stopped at the stairs. One more thing. That baby. When it's born. I want a paternity test. Legally documented. Why? Ida asked. Because when I take Minwoo for everything he's worth in this divorce, I want proof of his betrayal. I want that child on record. Evidence of what he threw our marriage away for. She climbed the stairs. Went to the master bedroom. Locked the door. Ada and Minwoo stood alone in the living room. What do we do? Ada whispered. I don't know. You said you'd leave her. You said we'd be together. Minwoo ran his hands through his hair. I know what I said. Ada. I didn't think it would happen like this. How did you think it would happen? I don't know. I thought I'd have time. Plan. To do this right. There's no right way to break up a marriage. I know that. They both fell silent. The weight of what they'd done crashing down. Do you want this baby? Ada asked quietly. Minwoo looked at her. Really looked at her. I don't know, he admitted. A week ago we were just having fun. Now there's a baby and a divorce and everything's falling apart. Having fun. Ada's voice went cold. Is that all this was to you? Fun? No. I love you, Ada. Do. But what? But I'm scared. This is all happening so fast. Ada picked up her bag. Where are you going? You said I have to leave. So I'm leaving. Wait. Let me get you a hotel. I'll pay for it until we figure things out. I don't want your money. Ada, please. You told me you loved me. You told me we'd be together. You told me you'd leave her. Tears streamed down her face. Were those all lies? No. But this is complicated. It's only complicated because you're making it complicated. Ada headed for the door. I'll figure it out myself. I always do. At least let me call you. Don't. I need to think. Left. Walked out of the mansion. Out of their lives. Into the cold soul night. Pregnant. Alone. Homeless. Ada called Chioma. Can I stay with you? Just for tonight. What happened? Everything. Everything happened. Chioma's apartment was tiny. A studio in a bad part of Seoul. But it was shelter. Ada told her everything. The pregnancy. Getting caught. The divorce. Oh, Ada, Chioma said. Not judgment. Just sadness. What do I do? You have options. You could terminate. No. I'm keeping it. Then you need to figure out a plan. Do you have money? Ada checked her account. About $3,000. Savings. That's not enough for a baby. I know. What about him? Min-woo. He's scared. Confused. I don't know if he'll step up. Chioma squeezed her hand. Men like him rarely do. Not when it gets real. The next morning Ada's phone rang. Unknown number. Hello. Miss Okonkwo. This is Attorney Kim. I represent Mrs. Zara Young. Ada's stomach dropped. Why are you calling me? Mrs. Young wanted me to inform you that she's filing for divorce from Mr. Young. She's citing adultery. You'll likely be contacted for a deposition. A deposition? Yes. You'll need to testify about the affair. Under oath. I don't want to be involved. I'm afraid you're already involved, Miss Okonkwo. You're a key witness. And with the pregnancy, you're material evidence. Ada felt sick. Is there anything else? Yes. Mrs. Young also wanted me to inform you that she's demanding a restraining order preventing Mr. Young from contacting you during the divorce proceedings. What? Why? She believes you'll convince him to hide assets. She wants a clean separation. But I'm pregnant with his child. That's between you and Mr. Young. The court will determine custody and support after the baby is born. He hung up. Ada sat there. Son. Min-woo couldn't contact her. She couldn't contact him. She was alone. Completely alone. 2 weeks passed. Ada found a cheap apartment. Shared with 2 other women. She got a job cleaning offices at night. The pregnancy made her tired. Nauseous. But she had no choice. She needed money. Her phone rang one night. Min-woo. She almost didn't answer. But she did. Ada, thank God. I've been trying to reach you. Your wife got a restraining order. I know. My lawyer told me. But I had to hear your voice. How are you? Terrible. The divorce is getting ugly. She's taking everything. The house. Half my company shares. My reputation. He paused. Why? How are you? How's the baby? We're surviving. I want to help. Let me send you money. I don't want your money. Ada, please. You're carrying my child. Let me take care of you. Where were you 2 weeks ago? When I needed you. Silence. I was scared, he admitted. I'm still scared. But I've had time to think. And you're right. We can do this. We can be a family. Can we? Or are you just saying that because you're lonely now? I mean it, Ada. When the divorce is final, we'll be together. You, me, and the baby. Ada wanted to believe him. God, she wanted to. Okay, she said quietly. Okay. I'll send you money. Monthly. For rent and whatever you need. Thank you. And Ada. I love you. I love you too. She hung up, feeling slightly less alone. But 3 months passed. Min-woo sent money. But he didn't visit. Didn't call much. Always had excuses. The divorce is complicated. My lawyer says I can't see you yet. Soon. Promise. Soon. Ada's belly grew. She was 5 months pregnant now. Showing clearly. She'd stopped working. Couldn't hide it anymore. Lived off Min-woo's monthly payments. And her dwindling savings. Chioma visited often. Brought food. Offered support. Have you heard from him this week? No. Ada. Don't say it. He's not coming, is he? He is. He promised. But Ada's voice lacked conviction. She checked social media. Mistake. There was a photo. Min-woo at a business event. Smiling. A woman beside him. Korean. Beautiful. The caption moving forward. Ada's heart shattered. He was moving on. While she was pregnant. Alone. Forgotten. The divorce was finalized. 6 months after everything fell apart. Zara got the house. 40% of Min-woo's assets. And her freedom. Min-woo got nothing. Except the reputation of a cheater. And the weight of his choices. He called Ada the day the papers were signed. "It's done," he said. His voice flat. "Me. The divorce. Yes. Free now. We can be together." Ada was 7 months pregnant. Her belly huge. Her back constantly aching. "Where have you been, Min-woo?" "What do you mean? I haven't seen you in 4 months. 4 months. You send money but you never visit. Never even video call. I told you the divorce was complicated. The divorce is done now. So where are you?" Silence. I'm not in a good place right now, Ada." "What does that mean?" "It means I'm struggling. The divorce destroyed me. My company's reputation took a hit. The board is talking about replacing me. My family won't speak to me. I'm staying in a hotel because I can't face going back to that house." His voice cracked. "I'm falling apart." Ada felt a mix of pity and anger. "I'm 7 months pregnant with your child. I live in a tiny apartment with 2 other women. I can barely afford to eat. But I'm still here. Still fighting. I know. And I'm sorry. Stop saying you're sorry. Show up. If you love me, if you want this baby, show up. I will. Promise. I just need time. Time. I don't have time. This baby is coming in 2 months. I know. Do you? Do you really?" Ada's hand shook. "I think you regret this. All of it. Me. Baby. Everything." "No. Ada, I love you." "Then prove it." She hung up, sat on her small bed, and cried. Min-woo did show up, but not the way Ada hoped. He came to her apartment 3 days later, drunk, stumbling, his clothes wrinkled, his eyes red. "Min-woo." He fell into her arms, sobbing. "I've lost everything," he said. "My marriage, my reputation, my family, everything." Ada helped him to the couch. "What happened?" "The board forced me out. I'm no longer CEO. They said I'm a liability. That my personal life makes the company look bad." He looked up at her. "I gave them everything. Built that company from nothing. And they threw me away like garbage. I'm sorry." "Are you?" His voice turned bitter. "This is what you wanted, isn't it? Me all to yourself. What? You got exactly what you wanted. You destroyed my marriage, my career, my life. And now you have me." Ada stepped back. "I didn't destroy anything. We did. Together. I should have never touched you." The words were like a knife. "You don't mean that." "Don't I?" Min-woo stood up. "Wing. I had a good life. Wife. Company. Respect. And I threw it all away for what? For a maid. Get out." "What? Get out." Ada's voice shook with rage. "You don't get to blame me. You chased me. You kissed me first. You promised me forever. And now that you're facing consequences, you want to make me the villain. Ada, I'm 7 months pregnant. 7 months. And you show up drunk, blaming me for your choices." She opened the door. "Leave. Now. Where am I supposed to go?" "I don't care. Just go." Min-woo left. Without another word. Ada locked the door, slid down to the floor, and sobbed. That night Ada made a decision. She couldn't stay in Seoul. Couldn't raise this baby here. Where everything reminded her of her mistakes. Where Min-woo might show up drunk and angry. Where Zara might see her and the baby. She needed to leave. Go home. To Nigeria. To her mother. She called home the next morning. "Mama. Ada. My daughter. How are you?" Ada hadn't told her family about the pregnancy. Hadn't told them about any of it. "Mama, I'm coming home." "What? Why?" Did something happen? I'll explain when I get there. I need to come home. Of course, my daughter. You're always welcome here. Ada booked a flight. Unway. Leaving in 3 days. She packed her few belongings. Left her apartment key with the landlord. Texted Chioma. I'm going back to Lagos. Thank you for everything. She didn't tell Minwoo. Didn't say goodbye. Just left. But guilt is a heavy burden. And Ada carried it with her. On the plane to Lagos, she thought about everything. How it started. The loneliness they both felt. The attraction. The affair. The pregnancy. And Zara. Always Zara. The woman she'd betrayed. The woman whose marriage she'd destroyed. Ada touched her belly. Felt the baby kick. I'm sorry, she whispered. I'm so sorry for what I did to get you here. Ada's mother lived in a small house in Surulere. A working-class neighborhood. Nothing like the mansion in Seoul. But it was home. When Ada arrived, pregnant and exhausted, her mother didn't judge. Just held her. My daughter. My daughter. What happened? Ada told her everything. Every terrible detail. Her mother listened silently. Then said, You made mistakes. But this baby is innocent. We'll figure it out. Ada moved into her old room. Cramp. Safe. She helped in her mother's fabric shop. Preparing for the baby. Trying to heal. 2 months later, Ada went into labor. Her mother took her to the hospital. Held her hand through every contraction. Breathe, Ada. Breathe. I can't, it hurts. You're strong. You can do this. After 12 hours of labor, the baby came. Boy. 7 pounds, healthy, screaming. The nurse placed him on Ada's chest. He's beautiful, her mother said. Tears streaming down her face. Ada looked at her son. He had Minwoo's eyes. His nose. Perfect blend of them both. What will you name him? Chitty, Ada said. After her late father. A fresh start. A new beginning. But the guilt didn't fade. Every time Ada looked at baby Chitty, she thought about Zara. The woman who'd tried for years to have a baby. Who'd failed. While Ada had succeeded without even trying. She thought about Minwoo. Who should be here. Meeting his son. But wasn't. She thought about the affair. 5Y. The lies. The betrayal. And she cried. Often. In the middle of the night. While feeding Chitty. While watching him sleep. I'm sorry, she'd whisper. To Zara. To Minwoo. To her son. I'm so sorry. When Chitty was 2 weeks old, there was a knock at the door. Ada's mother answered. Yes. Can I help you? 2 people stood there. Korean man. And an African woman. Minwoo. And Zara. Together. We're looking for Ada Okonkwo, Minwoo said. Ada came to the door. Carrying Chitty. She froze. What? What are you doing here? We need to talk, Zara said. Her voice wasn't angry. Just tired. Can we come in? Ada's mother looked at her daughter. Ada nodded. They sat in the small living room. Awkward. Minwoo stared at the baby. His son. Can I hold him? He asked quietly. Ada hesitated. Then handed Chitty over. Minwoo took him carefully. Like he might break. He's beautiful, he whispered. Tears in his eyes. He looks like you. He looks like both of us. Ara watched. Her face unreadable. How did you find me? Ada asked. I hired someone, Minwoo said. When you disappeared, I panicked. I needed to know you were safe. Why are you here? Both of you. Ara spoke. I came because I needed to see. Baby. The proof that my marriage really ended. She looked at Chitty. But also. Because I needed closure. I'm sorry, Ada said. For the 100th time. I know you are, Zara replied. I believe you. But sorry doesn't change anything, does it? No. That baby is innocent. He didn't ask to be born into this mess. And despite everything you did to me, I can't hate him. Zara stood up. Walked to the window. Minwoo and I have been in therapy. Separately. trying to process everything. Therapy. Yes, because what you two did nearly destroyed us both. But we're trying to heal. Minwoo spoke up. Ada, I was awful to you that last time we saw each other. Drunk. Blaming you. That wasn't fair. You were right though. I did destroy your life. No. We destroyed things. Both of us. I was just as guilty. More guilty, actually. I was the married one. He looked down at Chitty. This boy deserves a father. Even if his father is a mess. What are you saying? I want to support him. Monthly payments. For everything he needs. Education. Healthcare. Everything. I don't want your money. It's not about what you want. It's about what he deserves. Zara turned from the window. We've set up a trust fund. For the baby. Monthly deposits. Managed by a lawyer. You'll receive money every month until he's 18. Ada's eyes widened. Why would you do this? After everything. Because, Zara said. Her voice soft. That baby didn't choose this. And I won't let him suffer because of our mistakes. Any of our mistakes. She looked at Ada. But I need you to understand something. This money. It's not forgiveness. I haven't forgiven you. I probably never will. I understand. Good. Minwoo handed Chitty back to Ada. Can I visit? Sometimes. I don't think that's a good idea. Please. He's my son. Ada looked at Zara. It's not my decision, Zara said. I'm not his mother. I'm not part of this. You can visit, Ada said to Minwoo. But not often. And not without notice. Thank you. They stood to leave. The door. Zara paused. Ada. Yes. I hope one day you find peace with what you did. I hope the guilt doesn't eat you alive. She wasn't being cruel. Just honest. But I also hope you remember. Remember what it cost. Remember the woman whose life you helped destroy. So you never do it again. I will. I promise. Zara nodded. And left. Minwoo lingered. I meant what I said. About supporting him. I'll send money every month. And I'll visit when I can. Okay. And Ada. I did love you. Maybe I still do. But we can't be together. Too much damage. Too much pain. I know. He left. Ada closed the door. Looked down at her son. Well, little one. Just us now. Me, you, and Grandma. Her mother appeared. Put her arm around Ada. You'll be okay. Both of you. Will I? Eventually. But first you have to forgive yourself. I don't know if I can. You will. One day. Chitty was 1 year old. Walking. Babbling. The light of Ada's life. The money came every month. By clockwork. Enough for a better apartment. For Chitty's needs. For Ada to go back to school. Study nursing. Build a future. Minwoo visited twice. Brief visits. Awkward. But he held his son. Played with him. Sent gifts on his birthday. He was trying. In his own broken way. Zara never visited. Ada didn't expect her to. But she thought about her often. Wondered if she'd found happiness. Hoped she had. Ada sat on her small balcony. Chitty asleep inside. Her mother watching TV. She looked out at Lagos. The city lights. The noise. Chaos. She thought about Seoul. The mansion. The affair. The mistakes. And she felt the familiar weight of guilt. It was always there. Constant companion. She'd learned to live with it. But it never fully left. Some mistakes she realized you carry forever. I'm sorry, she whispered into the night. To Zara. To Minwoo. To everyone she'd hurt. I'm so sorry. Chitty cried inside. Ada went to him. Picked him up. Held him close. But I'm not sorry for you, she told him. You're the one good thing that came from all of this. She kissed his forehead. I'll do better. For you. I'll be better. She looked at his sleeping face. Minwoo's eyes. Nose. A beautiful blend. Constant reminder. Of love. Of betrayal. Of consequences. Of guilt. Ada wrote in her journal that night. I was 23 when I met him. Lonely, desperate, far from home. He was 36. Married, broken. We found each other in our loneliness. And we destroyed lives in the process. I told myself I loved him. Maybe I did. Maybe he loved me too. But love built on betrayal can never stand. His wife, Zara, lost her marriage. Her husband. Her dream of a family. Min-woo lost his career. His reputation. His peace. I lost my innocence. My sense of right and wrong. My peace too. And I gained a son. Beautiful, perfect Chitty. But every time I look at him, I remember what I did to have him. I destroyed a marriage. I betrayed another woman. I let myself be seduced by promises and loneliness. My friend Chioma told me to seduce him. Take his wife's place. I did. And it cost me everything. Not money. Min-woo sends plenty of that. But my dignity. My self-respect. My clear conscience. I will spend the rest of my life making up for what I did. Being the best mother I can be. Teaching Chitty about respect. About boundaries. About never hurting others for your own gain. To anyone reading this. Affairs are not romantic. They're destructive. The other woman rarely wins. Even when she gets the man, she loses something more important. Her integrity. Choose yourself. Choose dignity. Choose honesty. Don't become what I became. Don't carry the guilt I carry. It's not worth it. It's never worth it. Ada closed the journal. Put it away. Looked at her sleeping son. And made a promise. I'll make sure you grow up knowing right from wrong. Knowing that some lines should never be crossed. Knowing that love without integrity isn't love at all. She kissed him one more time. I'll make sure you're better than I was. And in the quiet Lagos night, with her son breathing softly beside her, Ada finally allowed herself a moment of peace. Not forgiveness. Not absolution. Just peace. 'Cause she was trying. Every day she was trying to be better. And maybe, just maybe, that was enough.